G'day, Jeff Lewis here from Seriously Series, and welcome to another episode of Cocktails by the Campfire. Now today we've got another intrepid adventurer on the show, but the organisation that he's involved with is slightly different, so it should be a compelling episode as always. Thanks for coming along, John.
G'day, Geoff. Pleased to be here.
Good. That always makes a difference, doesn't it?
It does indeed.
It does. And what cocktail have we got today, John?
Well, it's a dark and I believe not quite so stormy.
That's right. We're trying to be responsible as it's coming up to Christmas. You shouldn't drink and drive, should you, John?
Well, double demerit points coming up soon.
That's it. So, John, the organisation that you're a part of, it's Track Care, is that right?
Track Care WA, yes.
Track Care WA. And so, for the audience, they probably haven't actually heard of Track Care before. So what is sort of the organisation about, John?
Well, Track Care is a volunteer-based organisation. It started off 20 odd years ago in response to a lack of management on the Canning stock route.
Ah, right.
And in those 20 years a lot's changed in terms of land ownership. Native title has been settled.
Yeah.
And those sorts of issues have been put to bed.
Yeah.
But the Canning stock route is still really important to our members, and of course it's well recognised throughout the world as well. So Track Care continues to work with Indigenous people to help manage some of the impacts of tourism on the Canning stock route.
That's fascinating. Because the Canning stock route, obviously we've spent some time on it, Seriously Series has, and obviously used many of Track Care's facilities which are offered, which is fantastic, I have to say. But there's very few parts of the world that are still as remote and I guess as untamed as the Canning stock route. But there will be more impacts obviously moving into the future, I feel.
Yes, and I think that you're quite right about that. Although Track Care's continuing to have projects there, we're also cognizant of the fact that as the Canning becomes more and more popular and visited, people start looking for other isolated tracks to travel down.
Yeah.
So we have a definite policy where we're trying to work with other landholders in other parts of the state to provide that experience for people.
Yeah.
And I think that's really important with 2020 and COVID-19.
Oh.
The feedback I'm hearing is that people are going out in huge numbers buying vehicles and caravans, four-wheel drives, camping equipment. They're just waiting to get out into the bush and do something.
Oh, definitely. And I noticed you've got a TJM hat on at the moment, and it doesn't come down to brands, but obviously we know quite a few people in that industry, and having spoken to them, they literally can't get the accessories to fit on the vehicles. There's that big a demand at the moment.
Quite so. And I understand that people who are wanting to buy particular brands of vehicles, they're paying more for a 2-year-old one than you'd buy a brand new one for because you can't get it.
Really? Well, there you go. If you have I guess it's a Land Cruiser we're talking about there. If you have a Land Cruiser that's a couple of years old and you want to afford that holiday, maybe consider selling it. Who knows?
And buying a Seriously Series Land Rover.
That could work too. So with Track Care, John, being a voluntary organisation, I'm sure there's quite a diverse array of sort of members. And
Yes, they're normally retirees who are generally skilled in terms of trades or professions, experienced four-wheel drivers. So they're looking for an experience that's not the usual weekend warrior type thing where we buy a four-wheel drive, let's go and learn how to use it. It's a lot of fun, we all agree with that. They want something more. And so what we offer is that we provide experiences. For example, again, the Canning. We've been doing cooperative projects with native title holders.
Yep.
And so it's a bit like voluntourism, where our members go and work with, quite large groups. In the case of Well 49, where we helped build a ranger station, Indigenous people are really keen to get back onto country, but they're also very welcoming.
Okay.
So, for example, the women in the track care group, they would go out with the Aboriginal ladies and do women's business stuff. And the blokes would, have that cultural experience that with men as well. So not only is it a bit of hard work and graft and skill transfer, but you're actually getting an experience that really you can't buy.
Oh no, definitely not. And that's, I guess, the advantage of any voluntary organisation. You've just got that different aspect, and an experience like that, you just can't put a price on it.
And so it helps in a number of ways. It helps develop the standing of track care amongst the community. They get to know who we are, what our ethics are in terms of operation and country and respect, all of those sorts of social engagement issues, which in the end is beneficial to the long-term viability of track care, because we're meeting the up-and-coming leaders. The young blokes are the ones on the shovels, not the senior people.
That's true.
And so we're building that trust and relationship that we work really hard to keep going.
Wow. And one of the projects I noticed travelling along the Canning stock route was that track care has been involved with, obviously, the sanitary requirements, because more people are travelling along these tracks. You no longer have the luxury of just digging a hole in the bush, and I believe the droplers, portable droplers on trailers, is one of the things that track care has obviously facilitated, and it works marvellously.
Yes, that's right. The Canning stock route's a real challenge in terms of building things, simply because of the condition of the track, which means that you have everything you carry out there has to be carried on a normal four-wheel drive or trailer, which is difficult because there's a paucity of four-wheel drive trucks that are suitable for travelling in that part of the world. So that design has worked really well for quite a long period of time. Our concern now is that with the increased utilisation, and people are predicting that once the stock route's open again after COVID, that there'll be a slug of travellers just waiting to get out and enjoy what we're enjoying right now.
Peace and serenity.
So we're working towards actually upgrading a design that is more suitable for current conditions and also use patterns as well. So once we get that nailed down, there will be a whole new cycle of assistance that we'll offer.
Yeah, I guess it sort of takes in, from what you've sort of been telling the audience and myself, John, it sort of takes in a number of, I guess, aspects and variables from... I believe, obviously, having that connection with the Indigenous community is very important, but track care also looks at other parts of history, such as, I think, is it the Lonely Graves?
Yes, we have an association with the Lonely Graves group. Track care is a small organisation, so we think that there's a diverse range of interests, and so we try and work with people from other organisations who've got similar type memberships, and we try and mix and match people to projects. So track care might have a wetland rehabilitation project, so there'll be some people, not only from other four-wheel drive type groups, but from other diverse sources as well, such as business, Motor Traders Association, for example, come out, see the value of the work that we're doing and get involved.
That's fantastic.
So that's our mode of operation, is to identify and create links with other like-minded groups and individuals.
That's fantastic. And as you obviously yourself, John, having a background in geography, bringing those skill sets to an organisation and having a diverse skill set is really what you need in an organisation in order to survive in this day and age, I guess.
Exactly right, yes.
And with that, I guess, where do you see track care going in the future?
Our session about 18 months ago with the members, we asked we've been going at that point 22 years or something.
Yeah.
Where do you want track care to go into the future? And they said that they want track care to have an intergenerational impact, ensuring that people are able to get out into the bush, probably in four-wheel drive, to enjoy what they're enjoying.
That's amazing.
And so people are saying, it's pretty simple really. I want my grandchildren to be able to do the sorts of things that I did. I don't want them to drive past and say, well, Grandpa used to come and visit here, but he didn't do anything to manage it, and now we're locked out.
Yeah.
And so that's a big driver in terms of where track care goes. It's made us realise that we need to lower the age of the membership, which has brought with it a whole lot of necessary changes as well.
Oh, good. I guess. So getting on to membership, John, obviously if there's some of the audience that's based in Western Australia, how do they get involved with track care?
The first thing to do is to probably have a look at our website.
Yep.
There's links there to apply for membership.
Yep.
What I'd recommend is that once every month we have a meeting.
Yep.
Last Wednesday of the month.
Yep.
Everyone's welcome to come to the meeting, have a chat.
Yeah.
And try before you buy.
That sounds fantastic. And a link has just popped up at the top of your screen, and you can click on that and that'll take you to the Track Care website, where you can find out more and learn more about these fantastic projects and programs that Track Care is running. So anyway, John, look, thanks for having a chat with us here today. It's been fascinating learning about what Track Care can offer, and I'm sure it's something that's going to get bigger and stronger moving into the future. So thanks again.
Thank you, Geoff. It's been a pleasure.
No worries.
Cheers.
Anyway, thanks for watching, and look, if you are enjoying the content here at Seriously Serious, then do please consider clicking on the Patreon icon at the top right hand corner of your screen. And if that isn't your cup of tea, you can support us on our website at seriouslyseries.com.au. And if you're new to the channel and you're just trying to figure out what we do, who we are and all the rest, then please be sure to click on that subscribe button down below, click on the notification button too, and that way you won't miss out on one single video. Anyway, I hope to see you in our next video.